Some of the work that you've done that has truly changed my life is about learning how to follow your North Star and finding that true north.
Yeah.
Can you explain to the person listening, in case they're in a place in their life where they don't even know who they are? Like, it's kind of an odd thing to say, but I think it's a very common experience to
Very
go, I don't
common.
even know who I am. Like, or I've lost myself in this relationship. I've lost myself in work. I have lost a sense of what's actually important to me.
Yeah. Everybody gets lost. And the thing is that we live in a cloudy world. It's very hard to see the North Star if it's cloudy all the time. And the thoughts we are told to think are like clouds. So if you think the thought, I'm not good enough, that's a huge cloud bank. As long as you believe that, you won't be able to see the stars. So where does that leave you? Well, it leaves you with several inbuilt compasses that are always turning toward true north, no matter how cloudy it gets. The most reliable one is your body. It will give you suffering as a gift to stop you from going any direction but north.
Let me make sure I got this. So suffering is a gift because it stops you from going any direction other than your true north. It's almost like it spins the compass.
It just says not north. Absolutely not north.
And so and what you've been teaching us is invite the suffering in and then flip it to the opposite.
Yeah. And it will say pain, 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 pain. You hear it out. And then you get to the core of it and you say, the opposite of that is north. The opposite of that is my truth, is my destiny, is my purpose. And I know it will be hard to imagine that. It's very hard, but just sitting with it. The reason I wrote about anxiety is that I'd written a book about integrity. And people came to me and they said, well, I'm in total integrity now. I don't lie at all, but I'm afraid all the time. And I was like, well, you can't tell the truth and be afraid all the time. But I only know that because I've spent like hours and hours and hours meditating and looking at every thought that scares me and saying, okay, is that true right now? The other day, things were going on in the world that I didn't like. And I was meditating and I was saying to whatever, that's what I call God, whatever. I was like, how can I be at peace even in the middle of this? And a voice inside me said, you mean your bedroom? Come into the present moment. Come into what's actually happened. Come into the things you thought would annihilate you and notice that they all helped you be free. And so then I wrote a book about anxiety because I realized that physically in the brain, people are getting stuck there. And so you have to use creativity to pull yourself out, and then you can see the truth because it feels wonderful. So the body will go, not north. And you go, what's a slightly improved thought? I'm okay right now. Okay, more north. I've been okay a long time. More north. I'll always be okay, even when I die. Ooh, due north.
You know, I have, I don't know why, this sense of someone listening that is really scared to either end a relationship.
Yeah.
Or to quit a job and start something.
Yeah.
Or to do like you did and say, this doesn't work for me and I'm going to tell you, and risk having people say, well, then I don't love you anymore.
And they do.
And they do.
Yeah.
How can you use this true north to help you make the right decision, even though in that moment it always feels so wrong? You know what I mean?
Like it does. It feels scary.
Yes.
It feels very frightening. And you tell yourself a lot of stories about, if I lose this, if I let go of this, I will suffer. It will be horrible. And if you look back at, like now I'm old enough that I can look back on the history of things that I thought would destroy me. And I always thought, if I lose this, horrible things will happen. And it turned into, if I don't lose this, horrible things will happen. Oh, crap. If I'd stayed in the things that I walked away from, oh my God, that was horrible. And it also could be, if I go, wonderful things will happen to me. if I let go of this, amazing, wonderful things could happen to me. Don't look at the goalie. Look at the spaces. And feel in your body that your body is saying, yeah, that feels truer. That feels more. Check your breath. Like if you're used to watching your breath in meditation, you'll notice that when you say a true thought, your body goes, and your chest literally expands. That thought may go against everything everybody in your life has always told you. Where it all comes down is believe that thought against everything else.
It is so hard to do.
It's so hard. And that's why my most recent craze is community. And you talk in your work a lot about the sense of community and separation from community. We are social primates. We need each other. A horse in catastrophe will look for a safe place. A social predator like us will look for a safe person, a safe other. And when I did that, when I left everything, I was very much, I have to do this alone. And I thought that was really true because our society is individualistic. I have to do this alone.
Right.
And it was almost like a challenge. I'm going to do this alone. And it was horrible. And it took me years because I had so little trust in other people because they did diss me. They did tell me I was the Antichrist. My family tried to have me put in prison. Like the people I loved most were doing these things and it was horrific. And I didn't trust community for some years after that. And then over time, I realized that I was lying to myself, thinking I'm not securely connected to anyone. And then sitting with, I am securely connected to everyone. A part of me rose up then that knows that and is looking at you in the audience, and there are 3,000 people and maybe everybody else is asleep, but I am connected to you because we're all connected to each other. And that it's not what our society tells us, which is why my online community is called Wilder. It's a wilder way to be, to know that you are securely connected to everyone. And if they don't love you, just look at them and say, oh, sweetheart, and let them. And then you say, let me know that I am connected to you. And when you come back, and a few people came back to me after 30 years or so, I am loving you the whole way. And then your heart never breaks in a way that feels toxic. It breaks open.
Just beautiful. A lot of people wake up in a life that just doesn't feel good to them.
Oh, yeah.
And what would you say to that person right now?
Congratulations. This is very exciting.
Oh, my God.
This is the best thing that could happen to you.
Why?
Because it means that, I always wonder, caterpillars, they come out and they're like, I'm going to get bigger. I will be a bigger caterpillar. Munch, munch, munch. And then I wonder, what are they thinking the day they go, wait, I will make a tiny sleeping bag out of my own saliva. And I will go in there and completely dissolve, because that's what they do in there.
They dissolve?
They melt into a liquid, some species. If you cut open the cocoon, it's liquid inside. And when it's totally disaggregated, when it's complete bug soup, it triggers this response and the DNA starts reconstructing a butterfly out of those same cells. But the caterpillar's gone and the butterfly's not there yet. When you think, what is this life? This is not me. It's you knowing it's time to transform. And I would say, if you came to me, let's make your cocoon. We're going to create a safe space with safe people. Join something, join a book club, join a church, join an online community, join something, because you're going to need a cocooning space and you need people around you can trust. And those people are there. Find them. Your heart will lead you to them. You'll recognize them. Mine were mostly authors of books who'd been dead for centuries, But as a coach, or as coaches, we get to say, we'll help you build the cocoon. And then we're going to watch you melt, it's about grieving the loss of the life you thought you'd have, grieving the people you love who aren't coming with you, grieving the loss of your identity, grieving the loss of your physical identity, whatever. And then when you're completely relaxed, when you've said let them to absolutely everything, something will go, I think I'll change my hair. It's always one of the first things people do is they change their hair.
Really?
Yeah. It's because haircuts are one of the primary signs of identity. This is social science. So when people change their hairstyle, it's a real, it's a signal to the rest of society and the world. This is who I am now. And then they start rearranging their furniture. Then they sell their car and get another one. You're nodding. Has it happened to you?
The furniture rearranging, when I have been the most stuck and miserable, especially when I have no money.
Yeah.
I literally rearrange the furniture wherever I live all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And it became like a joke in our family because the kids would come home from school and they'd be like, how did you move the couch by yourself? And I'm like, I've got a lot of energy. I'm really stuck right now. So I'm going to think my life will feel better if I push the couch against that wall.
And look where you are right now.
Yeah.
Millions of people listening to you. Guess what? It's true. You had a lot of energy. You moved the couch. You shifted the inside as you shifted the outside. And this is what is happening right now, which is pretty freaking awesome, Mel.
Well, you know what I love is that you have so many tools because you're validating the experience and actually applauding its arrival of being stuck or feeling like your life doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Or having no purpose. And Martha Beck is literally giving you a standing ovation and saying, welcome to the transformation.
Yes, it's so exciting.
And get ready for the haircut and the furniture moving around as you're shifting energy and recognizing this. But even just that exercise of the ideal day gets you out of the thinking trap and into what you write about in your book, Beyond Anxiety, which is asking yourself, what can I create?
Yeah.
And that exercise through your senses and visualization of the ideal day, you experience something different.
Yes, completely.
Before it exists.
Yeah.
And so if somebody's hanging on to every word right now, what is the most important step that they could take away from this conversation?
I think it's shifting from what do I do now to what do I make now? What can I do now? What can I make now? The moment you ask, what can I make? You awaken your creativity and your anxiety. As you think it through, just notice the anxiety will go to zero. And you will start making communities. You will start making art. You will start making pies. You will start making friends. You will start making things because we are endlessly generative beings. And when we think in anxiety, we generate anxiety. When we think about danger and isolation, we generate them. When we think about invention and imagination and sensory delights and cuddles and puppies and it sounds so cheesy, but let's make a world that is joyful and abundant and beautiful. And we can do it just by saying, instead of, oh God, what do I do now? What can I make now? And the moment you really literally put something in your hands and start making something, your whole brain will be different. And then your whole life will be different.
Oh, I love that. Do you have something that you recommend when you're working with somebody who just has a lot of fear?
Yeah.
So you can do the visualization. You can understand the true north.
Yeah.
You can truly keep asking yourself, what can I create? But then the fear and the anxiety, and you're just so like you and I have been for years.
Decades.
Yes.
Decades. Yeah. So the first thing, it's not enough to say, go get oil paints. You'll feel good. No. There are 3 steps, and I remember them with the acronym CAT, K-A-T. So A is art, making things, and T is transformation and transcendence. But K is kindness. And everything depends on kindness. There's something I call KIST, K-I-S-T, kind internal self-talk. When you're afraid, just say these things. You don't have to believe them. Say it to yourself all day long. I'm here. It's okay. You're all right. I've got you. You're going to get through this. I've got you. I'm here. It's okay. Maybe let's get a blanket. Would you like some tea? Tell me everything. I'm listening. Oh, that sounds like it hurts. You're loved. I'm here. You're okay. That's how I've gotten out of the deepest, like most horrific fear. And let me tell you, it was bad. And that was the only thing that brought me back from the darkness. And so when I'm working with people, I used to be all like, let's build your ideal life. And now I'm like, good. We know your ideal life now. Tell me about your fear. Tell me everything. You're going to be okay. We've got you. I've got you. Stuckness always means you're about to be transformed. Tell me one of the scariest thoughts that comes up when you let your fear speak.
You are about to do something stupid.
The opposite of the most painful thought in your head is your next step toward awakening. I would say you're about to do something really brilliant. Oh, feel that?
Yes.